Kevin Durant, you're checking out JRSportBrief.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is JR. You are checking out the Sport Brief. So by now, everyone knows that LeBron James is a member of the Miami Heat, and especially in Cleveland, no one is going to let this man live. Right after he made his announcement on ESPN, we got little press releases and announcements from Madison Square Garden with the Knicks. We got releases from the Chicago Bulls talking about, oh, we're disappointed he didn't come. But the most scathing response thus far has been from the Cleveland Cavaliers owner, Dan Gilbert. This man put an open letter out on the Cavs website. You can go to Cavs.com, and it's like the first thing that pops up. And I'm not going to detail everything that he said, but it was kind of surprising. You know what? Everything that he said at first appeared to possibly be a hoax. It made me think, could an owner actually come outside of his mouth and say something like this, especially to a former player? Listen to some of these things. He accused basically LeBron James of quitting in the playoffs. He's been sitting on it for a long time. LeBron James is narcissistic. Here, I'm going right into the BlackBerry, and I'm going to read you guys off some things. What do we have here? It's not about him leaving. It's the disrespect. It's time for people to hold these athletes accountable for their actions. Is this the way you raise your children? I've been holding this in for a long time. And this is something else. Narcissistic, self-promotional buildup culminating with a national TV special of his decision, in quotation marks, unlike anything ever witnessed in the history of sports and probably the history of entertainment. To the fans, you simply don't deserve this kind of cowardly betrayal. And then he also personally guarantees that the Cavs will win a championship before the Miami Heat. Now, I don't know if he's delusional or he knows something that none of us know. And I'll probably go with the former. This man's probably delusional. But you know what? When it comes down to it, if you're going to call the man narcissistic, I mean, you kind of hold the part in that yourself. LeBron James was basically catered to by the time he came into the league. He was allowed to have his guys hang around the team with them, go to the private team area, sit behind the bench, fly on the plane and all of this. This man was catered to. And it wasn't too long after Mr. Gund relinquished the team to you, Mr. Gilbert, that now all of a sudden you were in charge the whole time just about from when LeBron came into the league. So you know what? You can't feed the king of the jungle all of the meat and then get mad when he becomes unruly. You know what? You fed this man's ego. Part of it is you. And he decided he couldn't win in Cleveland anymore, so he left. And I can't fault the man for that. Everyone deserves to go out and pursue happiness whichever way they want. If there's anything that I could say that, you know what, I think he could have done differently, yeah, he could have called up Dan Gilbert personally and did all of this. But now Dan Gilbert wants to spout out at the mouth, oh, well, I've been holding this in, he quit in the playoffs. Would you be saying all of this if this man signed with the Cleveland Cavaliers? Would you have held it in? Would you have told him after? Now that he's gone, you think you can just go and spew at the mouth. I'm surprised David Stern or Adam Silver is not in your ear telling you to shut the hell up right now. It sucks for the Cleveland Cavalier fans. It's terrible. It's a damn awful thing. I mean, the team is going to absolutely suck unless Dan Gilbert knows something that we don't know. But let the man live. Boo the living hell out of him when he goes back to Cleveland. But Dan Gilbert, yeah, you could have put out a better looking release dissing him than that. You were quite scathing. I mean, hey, billionaires, guys just yelling at millionaire athletes. It makes for good show, but ridiculous show. Let me know what you think. How do you feel about this Dan Gilbert letter? I mean, it could still possibly be a hoax, but it's not looking like it. Hit me up, JRSportBrief@gmail.com. Go find me on Facebook. Go find me on Twitter. Leave LeBron James alone. Just boo the hell out of him. Send him bad Twitter messages, but give the guy a break. Just wants to be happy. Who doesn't want that? I'm going to go be happy right now. I'm out. Peace.
Greetings, I'm Larry Bibchak. I'm looking for 3 broskies.